Not ready. Is it ready? Okay, we're ready. Hello, how are you? Good. How's your week, everyone? Did anyone look at the thread in Facebook? There's the homework there. Did you guys do that? Justine, do you have it? Okay, give it to her, to Mariah. And I will check that, because anyone who gives me, I will compare and look at it, and then I'll give the price last week. You remember it was a paragraph that I wrote there in English, and you can change that to ASL. First, I want to show you a clip in relation to our deaf culture segment. How they are working in connection with people in the hearing world. How to survive in the hearing world.
Welcome to my world. I'm your average middle schooler.
Teenager. College student.
Working mom. Kid. The only difference is...
What's the difference between myself and others is I am deaf.
I am hard of hearing. I'm hard of hearing.
So I can't hear.
And I'm deaf-blind. We're like any other person you meet. We go to school and work.
We have families and friends and big plans for the future, just like anybody else.
This video is about a day in our life and what it's like to be us. Early in the mornings, I get up and get dressed and go to the bathroom. Brush my teeth, comb my hair, and then I go to school. And then in the afternoon, when school's over, I come back home, just piddle around, watch TV, play games, go in my bedroom and write, listen to a little music. My school for the deaf school, is a lot different than hearing public schools. At my school, everybody uses sign language, and in public schools, everybody talks. I like working with math. I love writing. I like playing games. I like Trouble, the game Trouble. I want people to know that I'm good at drawing and art and reading. And I also enjoy helping clean the house. We enjoy going out to eat, and we go shopping together, buying clothes, especially now getting ready for school, and sometimes we go out with other friends. I go over and sleep over with some of my friends sometimes, things like that. I have a lot of fun doing things like that with my friends, and going different places with my family. I go to Chick-fil-A and hang out. Some people will stare at me. They're looking at me and start talking to me, and I'm looking at them like, what? What's this? I start writing back to them, and they write back and ask me, do I want to be friends? Well, for example, the girls I meet at Chick-fil-A, some of them know just a little bit of sign language, and they try to sign to you, like, how are you? And I tell them, fine. Sometimes, some of their mothers can sign a little bit, and they'll tell the children, come on, we need to go, we're in a hurry. The girls will go over and talk to their mama and say, please, I want to give her my phone number. So they write it down and give it to them, and I write down my number and give it to them. We have a video phone. It's called a BP, and I get on there and talk to a lot of friends. I've got a long list of friends that I get on the video phone and talk with. Some people will be looking at me and ask about my hearing aid. They'll ask me, "Are you deaf?" And, "Oh, okay." They start coming up and say hi and start talking to me. When I first met some new hearing people or new hearing kids that have a hard time understanding me, and I have to repeat myself several times, and then they finally get to where they understand my voice and they can understand me. I don't think that hearing people should be shy or afraid to talk with me. They should be assertive and go ahead and try to talk with people that are deaf. I think it's neat meeting new people and learning how to communicate with them and trying to improve my communication skills so that I can communicate with more people. I enjoy that. Some people will be looking at me. I feel like, why? Why are they looking at me? They're hearing. But we start writing back and forth, and we become friends. I don't know what I'll be when I grow up. It's hard to say what I'll become. Maybe I'll become a nurse or a dentist. Who knows? I'll just have to wait and see what the future brings.
In the morning, I wake up at 6. I put on my clothes, brush my teeth. Then after that, I go and get my medicine from the infirmary. After that, we go to the cafeteria to eat breakfast from 7 to about 7:30. And then we go to the special needs dorm. Around 8, we go to Vessel Hall and we start our class rotation. I have math class, reading, writing, science, PE, and special classes like art and ASL, American Sign Language. Well, the deaf kids that are in public school, they probably are having a hard time understanding communication. They probably have an interpreter. But here, I can be more independent. I like learning more about language arts, and I love to read books. I like social studies too. Math is hard because I don't understand math. After all the classes, about 3:20, 3:25, we go back to the dorm and we do our homework. Take a bath, go to the library, or read books, or do homework in the library. At 5:30, we go to supper, and I eat and chat with my friends, and that lasts until about 6:30. Then we go back to our dorm to change our clothes, and we go to the gym at 7. We play from 7 until 8:30. Then we get back to the dorm, shower, and get ready for bed, and that's at about 9:30. I talk with my friends at the dorm. We sign and text. Most of the time, I use texting because you're able to send it fast back and forth. It's easier. It's fun, and I enjoy it. My friends are always talking about boys, and we do, like, what we do over the weekend, different things like that. We went to the mini prom, and sometimes we'll go to the gym and we'll play in the gym. We go on different field trips, and we'll go shopping and buy just different things. Technology helps me to talk with my friends. Well, my challenges are the drive-thru, and another one is meeting new people. It's hard to understand them, especially if they don't know sign language. When I talk to a person who is not deaf, then I use writing, sometimes an interpreter, or typing, or texting. Well, I'd like to encourage people to take ASL classes because I want to be able to interact with hearing people and to be able to sign to them, which will help me to understand. After I graduate, I want to go to college for fashion design. I want to be a fashion designer. I want to create different clothing, match different clothes together. I also like to make designer clothes from the computer. I'd like for other people to want to go to college after they graduate. I want to go to college first myself, and of course, after college, then I'd like to work. And I want to let everybody know that they can do it, and have confidence in yourself. Respect each other all over the world.
I work at camp, and my day would be like getting up really early in the morning, like somewhere around 6:45. Yeah, about 6:45 I would get up. have breakfast. We have a variety of activities, outdoor type activities, and then in the evening we have different programs. And at about 10:30, and that's pretty much the same every day. I'm a counselor, and I supervise the kids and make sure that they have fun, that they're safe, and that they enjoy their summer. We have different classes such as team building, we have dance, creek stomping, arts, and crafts, and then an assortment of different kind of activities. Well, at camp, the Sertoma camp, we had, what was it? I guess it was about 5 deaf counselors there. And also the camp director as a child of a deaf adult, a CODA we call them. So lots of people there could sign. We also had other staff that could sign. That was very helpful. The staff was very willing to learn. Those who didn't know sign were willing to learn, so that's what made it really nice. We had a dry erase board, and we could just write notes with the kids. And also I read lips really well, and sometimes I would have to ask them to repeat until I understood. And really just, really mostly writing notes and reading lips. My hearing friends, they're able to use their cell phones a lot, and being able to use their voice helps them throughout their day more. For me, I require visual contact, and being able to sign or gesture instead of talking, and I prefer eye contact with people when I talk with them. It's more, how should I describe it? It's more of, I guess I would say, just eye contact that really helps, that enables me to really communicate. For example, going out to a restaurant, I have to order in, I can't go through the drive-thru. Obviously, not being able to speak, I have to go in and sit down and basically point at the menu and write if necessary. So let's see what else. If somebody is knocking at the door, unfortunately, I don't have an alarm that would alert me to somebody being at the door. So either mom or dad has to let me know, or my little brother. Whenever I have to call someone, I have to use the video phone, or else send a text message to use 711 to use North Carolina Relay. That's fairly easy to use and to make phone calls. Whenever I meet a hearing person who knows nothing about, well, the first thing I would say is, I would point to my ears and say, I can't hear, and shake my head like that. If the person tried to speak to me or whatever, and if I didn't understand them, then I would need a pen and paper and just write a note. If I could read their lips and that works, then fine. Most of my friends are hearing. I can't help it because I was mainstream since 2nd grade, and I'll probably have more deaf friends over the next 4 years. For me, it worked because I do have a lot of courage. You're right. And really, I didn't mind feeling left out. Sometimes I was definitely left out. Most of the time, I should say. But the only thing, that really made me feel like I was a good fit was sports. Sports really helped me to blend in and to cooperate with my other teammates there. Mainstreaming. You have to be patient, willing to, how should I say? It's really difficult. It's hard because in class, I didn't mind having an interpreter there in class. Sometimes it was a little embarrassing, but, after a while I got used to it because since 2nd grade, the high school experience really was not that bad for me. I'm different because we have our own language, have our own culture. We have our own standard language, ASL, American Sign Language. When I went to high school my senior year, I was the only deaf guy there. There was another deaf guy there, but he was a freshman. And it's not very typical for a freshman to hang out with a senior, but he and I were like best buds. We were close, and we hung out together because we cherished the same language. The things I love to do: play soccer. That's number one for me. I've been playing since I was 5 years old. And hanging out with friends, family, and also my little brother. I adore him. And outdoors, hiking, camping, swimming. Really, what I like, working with people. I work best when I work with people. I'm really really, I also like sports. And I probably won't make it into the pros, but I would like to work with athletics. Sports medicine maybe someday. Maybe I would do some kind of physical therapy or maybe a soccer coach. Really? I really don't know what I want to do. I'll explore different classes, different majors once I get to college and take it from there. Hopefully I'll have a job that I really enjoy. The one reason why I chose RIT was because their deaf and hard of hearing student population there, I think it's over 1,500 deaf and hard of hearing, and that really impressed me. It made me feel like I really fit, and I've been mainstream since second grade, and I would like to see how the deaf community is up there once I get to Rochester, and I really think I'll be a good fit. RIT is a good school. They have a really good co-op program there. Yeah, I am different. Just like everyone else. We're all different. I would tell deaf students to have lots of patience and don't be afraid to do anything. Don't hide. Show yourself. Show what you can do. Be very motivated to learn. Help other people. What I would tell hearing people is don't leave. Try to hang out and socialize with deaf people, even though they're different from you. Try to hang out with them. Don't be cliquish and go into your own group. But actually do that. You'll learn more that way.
I walk to school and I have 3 classes. The first is a broadcasting class. Then I have a history class and a sociology class. I have an hour break between each of those courses. Then the fourth one that I have is a work study program where I go to an ASL class and help out with sign language or with tutoring students who might need tutoring. And once that's done, I take off and go home or go to my other job. I work at Grand Dover Resort. It's a very ritzy hotel. And the job that I have is I take tickets for people that come in to eat. Well, at nighttime, I tend to go out with my hearing friends and go hang out and eat or go out to a club or just whatever for the evening. And that's what I do after work. What's the difference between myself and others is that I am deaf while other students are not. I love it here because it's close to home. My family lives nearby, and also I feel very, very independent. And it has forced me to do a lot of things to succeed here at the university level. It's been very challenging for me because there's no other deaf people here. So it is a challenge. Yet it's key to challenge yourself to succeed within the community and in different environments. And that's what I do. That's why I love it here. Most of the time, I'm a very social person. And I like interacting with hearing people. Whether they know sign language or not, I still interact with them, and it really doesn't impact my socializing. Well, there's 3 ways in order to communicate with hearing people. The first of which would be taking notes. Doesn't happen all the time. Or I can try and lip read them. Lots of hearing people like to try to get me to lip read and communicate that way. And if that doesn't work, we go back to note taking or gesturing. And I will point and say, I'm going this way. And that's the ways that I can use to communicate with hearing people. Well, maybe you've noticed that I try to understand by lip reading. And sometimes I do try to talk, but I don't always. Mostly I try to gesture, and that's really key to me is communicating with hearing people is gesturing. And I'm a very friendly person, so it's much easier for people to bond with me. I'm not mean or apprehensive, so that's the difference, I think. Well, most of the time my challenges may be not being able to go through the fast food drive-thru because that requires you to be able to hear them. And that's the negative thing about not being able to hear. But I don't let that interrupt my daily living. No way. Well, take movies for instance. If there's no closed captioning then, well, I don't really have a good chance as to understanding what the movie's all about. Maybe with some things if there were captioning or something, but without that, then I'm lost. Well, people may look at me differently. That doesn't mean that I should look at them differently. We're all humans. The only difference between me and someone else maybe is I can't hear. And being able to hear should not be a big issue in this world. What I would like to convey to you in the deaf community is that you take a look at me, I'm successful. I'm here at the university and I'm trying to complete my goals. If there's something that you want in your life and you really want that, you have to go through a lot. Yeah, there will be a lot of obstacles, but if you have a positive attitude, then you can get through it and be fine. Once you attain your goals and you look back and you think, wow, you'll realize that you did a wonderful job and you'll be happy. If you want it, you can get it. You have to chase after it, you have to be assertive, you have to be strong, and you have to be positive. My advice for you, those of you who can hear, if you see a deaf person, think of the person as a person. Don't think of them whether they can hear or not. That has nothing to do with the person. The person is what matters, instead of other things. If you know sign language, don't be afraid to use it to communicate. We won't bite. We're all very willing to communicate with you hearing people who know sign language. If you have an interest in sign language, or if you know sign language, take some classes. There are classes out there. Socialize with deaf people, and you will learn something from the deaf community, and we really value that. I am who I am.
Good.
I want people to recognize me as a person who wants to succeed at anything in life, even though I can't hear.
Was it interesting? A lot of the stuff there I have experienced when I was growing up, and I've met people in the hearing world who okay. There were hard of hearing people there, deaf person, hard of hearing, deaf, and it's the same. They all hang out with hearing people, and they want to try to communicate with them. They just like everybody else, they like to socialize. The high school boy, I experienced some of his experiences because I went to a hearing school and I was mainstream, and I'm the only hearing deaf person. So I know how he felt about, going to the restaurant and asking questions. And so I lived that kind of life. Okay, so before I start, I would like to, somebody who's new here. Hi. Okay, someone, will you please volunteer? If you know her name, to sign her name, or if she can sign her name. Okay, she signed her name, Wendy. Will somebody volunteer and share with what they have learned from last week? Justine? Oh, she's counting using ASL. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, so we learn numbers. Did you forget
The question.
questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the non-manual behaviors. Okay. Asking questions, you lift your brows and you lean forward and you hold your last sign. Okay, is there any other questions? Anything you want to share? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Now we will talk about giving directions and giving informations. Okay, and also using sign to communicate how to ask directions. And we have to use the non-manual behaviors. And so first you give general information by pointing in the directions of place and give specific directions. You use gaze location agreement because it helps a deaf person to identify the location by which you are giving them information. Okay, the next one is you use conveying distances. Okay, I'll try to slow down. Okay, the first one is the gaze location agreement. Okay, when you're asking a question or giving information, you need to have an eye contact and you look at the person and you trace what she's pointing or he's pointing to. Okay, if a person is blind, can't really see the map and can't understand what you're saying. Now, for people, you can use the GPS. For the deaf person, you need to have a body movement, everything about your expression. So that's what we call gaze location agreement, where everything, follows. The second one is conveying distances. You can use non-manual behavior in doing that to share relative distance. These are the same whether you're talking about just the hallway or pointing to cities, between cities. So you use your non-manual behavior. For example, you point very far, moderate distance, or very near. Okay, Jacqueline. Will you please pass this around? Okay, do you have any question from what I just talked about? Giving information?
I have questions. Have you developed non-manual directional behaviors from growing up in a Filipino family?
Okay, remember, I understand what you're saying. Some culture also use gestures and using non-manual behavior. In the Philippines, they use facial expression without using action. For example, for me as a deaf person, I will point, yeah? But hearing people, yeah, okay, they will say it's rude to point. So, but the Filipinos has gotten it kind of funny because instead of pointing, they go, yeah, they use, yeah. Daddy just reminded me or asked me in the Philippines, I see my mom and my aunts when they communicate. If you are in public, without using pointing, they use their, they use their face and their mouth and they point. So that's it. As a deaf person, I understand that very well. You don't have to say the words. Okay.
That way, when you're asking a question. Okay, so if you're saying like that way, do you look that way, or do you look at the person?
Both.
Okay, my turn.
Go. She will give you the example.
Make sure you follow your eyes.
It's. Come on, Heidi. Come on. Ice cream, for example. Okay, Dairy Queen ice cream. So Heidi asked me, do you know where? Do you know where? Okay, she's deaf. Ask her. Of course I'm deaf. You ask her where the Dairy Queen. Ask her where the Dairy Queen ice cream is. What's the name? What's the name of the ice cream place?
Oh, Dairy Queen.
Dryer ice cream? Okay, dryer. Really? In the store? Do you want to go to the store?
No, Dairy.
Dairy Queen.
It's okay.
And then Queen.
Dairy Queen. Yeah. Dairy Queen. Okay. So ask her, where is Dairy Queen? There, ice cream. I'll show you. There. Okay, so she was looking at you and at the same time looking at the direction. Yes. Yes, so it should agree with your, yeah. The store right there, and then you still look at the person. Same with GPS. I can't hear GPS what it's saying. It's going blah, 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 blah. I can't understand it. But I look, yeah, by looking at the direction. So it's the direction of the point of the gesture of the sign. Any more questions? No, it's very important. Okay, and I want to go to a store and I met a hearing person and and they go and they just point, but it's better for them to bring me to the store. But if you can sign, you can direct better using the gaze location agreement. Because deaf people are very interested in the details. Remember the visual thing. For example, a ketchup. If I can't see the ketchup inside the box, where's the ketchup? And you say, the ketchup is where? And I will tell you, where? You have to sign, it's inside the box. And that's when I get it, that it's inside the box. Because you guys can hear, I can't. I am very visual. So that's how you deal with deaf people. So that's how you use a sign language for far, not very far, or not so far, or close, not so close, or very close. You have a question, Aunt Chris?
No, I was just doing it. I have to practice it to understand it.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay to use the pointing, yeah. But make sure your gesture also correlate with the pointing.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll talk about family. Will you please come and help, Jacqueline? Thank you very much. I have some example for different signs.
Just one. Oh, that's it. Oh,
Okay, are we?
I'm going to say what it is.
Okay. Okay, let's start. Are you ready? Hello.
Baby.
Family.
Family.
We are family. Male. Of course, male. Dad is a male. Because of the man, from the top of the head down to your man, to your heart. For a woman or woman. It's a boy, son. Girl, daughter. Daughter. Children. Brother. 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 Sister. Sister.
Yeah.
If it's a girl, you go girl, baby. Girl, baby. Grandpa. Grandma. Make sure that you don't confuse father to grandpa. You lean forward when you're doing the grandpa and the grandma. Granddaughter. G. Granddaughter. Grandson. The old ASL. Grandson. That's the old son. Granddaughter. So if you meet an old person, they will understand the grandson and the granddaughter. Uncle.
Oh, that makes sense.
Aunt. Aunt or uncle. Third uncle or aunt.
Okay. Like the you.
Boy. Nephew. Nephew. Niece. Cousin. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or girl. Cousin is the same sign. Cousin. If you're talking about a specific, if it's a male or a female, you gesture on the top of the head or on the lower cheek for a girl.
Husband, wife.
Now, for relationships, husband, wife, because they're married. Mhm. He is my husband. She is my wife.
So she's my wife.
If you're single, you say, this is my boyfriend, or she is my girlfriend. If you're in a group and you're not in a relationship, she is my girlfriend. But it's okay. It's a different. Look at the facial expression and the gesture. Okay, if you're a sweetheart, your body kind of, you know. So. No, so when we're talking about a boyfriend in a group, that doesn't mean that I am in a relationship. You need to pay attention to the gesture and the body language of a deaf person. Okay. If you're living at home or living situation or a roommate.
These are my roommates.
Roommates. If me and another person is living together, then it's a roommate. If you're alone, you just turn your pointer clockwise.
Oh,
Clockwise. Or you can use this sign, I'm single, like what she's doing.
Oh,
Single. If you're living alone. Or divorce. Divorce. You know what that means? Divorce. They married and it's broken and it's divorce. This is different. This is different. This is divorce.
Divorce.
Different is pointing two pointers together and then separating them. That's different. Divorce is separated together. Okay, is there anybody who will want to volunteer? Let's discuss about family.
Okay.
Try to Okay. Hi Beth. What's up? I heard you're married. Yes. Who's your husband? Who's your husband?
I don't know where.
Oh, who?
He's at work.
Work? Oh. Let's go back. Who? That's what I'm asking you.
I didn't see you.
Relax. I'm asking where. I did not ask where, but who is your husband? Please say the name.
Oh, Glenn.
Oh. Is your brother has a brother that's single? No. He's married. Okay, understand. You see the communication?
My mom's name is Jay.
Okay, where did that come from? Okay. Thank you, Beth. That's really very good. Very good.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Welcome.
Cool.
Very good. One more.
Where's my husband?
She wants the stage. She wants the main stage.
Okay. I would like to practice. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Oh. Do you have a brother? No.
Sister.
Sister. Okay. Sister. How many? Okay. Do you have a question to me?
How's the tactic?
How many cousins?
Filipino family.
Oh. Too many. Can't count them. I have too many cousins. I have too many. I can't count them. There, maybe 1,000 or maybe. I don't know. I'm exaggerating, but there are really many. So, you see, when I asked Heidi, do you have a brother? Her head, no. She said no, yeah. So you have to show that in your head, in your face, I'm sorry. When she asked me about the cousin, you see the expression in my face? Yeah. That's how you communicate. Yeah, communication. Thank you, Heidi. In ASL, if you have nothing to say or you're not sure, your body language, just let it speak for you. Your body language. You understand what I'm saying? In ASL? You remember the boy in high school He's trying to think what he's going to say, but he just kind of, okay, whatever. Yeah, whatever. So, okay, you have a paper from last week? The one that says ASL 101, signing naturally, vocabulary lists.
Forgot it.
Okay. Do you have a copy? Okay, so I guess you will just have to run through them.
Can she send them to us?
Homework.
I have one.
She gave this.
It's at home on Sunday. Sorry.
Talk to your daughter.
Okay. Okay.
Your daughter.
If you need a copy, you can.
We should share.
Well, I'm gonna need all of her handouts.
Okay, while I'm setting up the video, I want you to practice. I have some more copy, and then I will. Yeah, and then I will go over them with you in a little while. So could you please pass it around?
What? Where? Yeah.
While I'm setting this up.
Okay. You got more?
Then that's what? What?
Whatever.
Where? What copy?
Man, woman, father.
What?
Pregnancy.
Then forget something like this. So I don't know.
Father, man of the heart.
Forget. That's something. Forget. Okay. For person. Me. Forget. Me.
I have backwards. Okay. Okay. I got that.
Okay. Let's go.
Right?
Okay. So we have to be quick. Go. Yes.
No, I don't know. Okay, Kelsey, go back to college.
She doesn't have a paper now.
We have extras back here.
Okay, come on, because we've got some things we need to do. Okay. So we have to be quick. Me. You. Who. What. Where.
Copy.
Copy.
Copycat.
Forget.
Different tense. Don't know.
Don't know.
I don't know.
Come.
Go. Go now. Right.
Mine.
Right.
Schwa.
Draw. Yeah.
Put down.
Put down.
Put down. Thing.
Name.
Nine.
Nice. Meet. Good.
Thing.
Same.
Different.
Different.
Three. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, forget about the 1, 2, 3. We have learned that the other day.
Man.
Woman.
Death. Hearing.
Boy.
Girl. Teach. Learn. Sing.
Same.
Sing.
Sit.
Stand. Class. Sign. Language.
Spanish.
Spanish. French.
You.
English. School. English.
Make it school.
College.
High school, college, not.
Alrighty.
Alright. I know, I see. I know. This is all now.
Yes.
Yes.
Bathroom.
Water faucet.
Water fountain.
Oh, fountain.
Cavity.
Cafeteria.
Cafeteria.
Library. Class.
Classroom.
Happy.
Office.
Happy.
Oh, yeah. Office.
Telephone.
Telephone. Okay, I was like, what's going here?
Book. Store.
Store.
Elevator.
Elevator. Oh, okay.
E. Elevator. Food. Drink. Tea. Milk. Coffee. Candy. Soda pop. Soda pop. Machine. Want. Buy.
Give you money.
Come.
Now.
Near.
Here.
Fine.
Don't worry about them.
Don't worry about the number 11 to 15. We'll deal with that later. Unit 4. House. Apartment. Apartment. Dorm.
Car. The other. And the ones to wine.
Bicycle.
Train.
Train. Train.
The vehicle.
Bus.
Bus.
B and bus.
Bump it together. Bump the B.
Bus.
Bus.
Leave. Walk.
Ooh, what's this one?
Ride in.
Ride in. No.
Drive to. Drive to. Or how. Here. All together. Okay, I will show you some clips. This is about the Helen Keller, the deaf and blind, and Anne Sullivan. This is just clips because we're running late. Because people were late.
Good for you. Sorry, I got really tired.
Wait, let me explain something. My dad wants to add, very important. RV. R and V and motorcycle. Oh dear me.
This movie, I read it from the library.
I can tell you now, I thought she wouldn't. How about two of them? This is my wife's first. She isn't battle-scarred yet.
Doctor, will my girl be all right?
All the trouble I went to, and that's how I look. Oh no, not the drawers. All right, Miss O'Sullivan, let's begin with Val. D. L. L.
You spell pretty well. Finding out if she's ticklish? She is. What is it, a game?
An alphabet
Alphabet?
for the deaf. How bright she is.
You think she knows what she's doing? She's a monkey. She imitates everything.
Yes, she's a bright little monkey, all right.
She wants her doll back.
When she spells it.
Well, she doesn't know the thing has a name even.
Of course not to expect her to now. All I want is a finger to learn the letters.
Won't mean anything to her. She didn't like that alphabet, Miss Sullivan. You invented yourself.
Spanish mouth under a vowel silence, which I wish you'd take. Perhaps you'd like to read Dr. Howe on the question of words. I should like also to learn those letters, Miss Annie. I'll teach them to you tomorrow morning. That makes only $500,000 each. It's her bedtime. Yes. I'm sorry. Why does she get a reward? For stabbing me! There are so many times that she simply cannot be compelled. Yes. I'm the same way myself. Good night.
shouldn't we give the devil his due, Father? The fact is, we lost the South 2 years earlier when he outthought us behind Vicksburg.
Outthought is a peculiar word for a butcher.
Harness maker, wasn't he?
I said butcher. His only strength as a soldier was numbers. Led them to slaughter with no more regard for so many sheep.
But even if in that sense he was a butcher.
And a drunk. Half the war.
Agreed, Father. If his own people said he was, I
Well, what is it you find to admire in such a man, Jimmy? The drunkenness or the butchery?
Neither, Father, only the fact that he beat us.
He didn't.
Is it your contention we won the war, sir?
He didn't beat us at Vicksburg. We lost Vicksburg by stupidity right on treason.
Well, I would have said we lost Vicksburg because Grant was one thing no Yankee general was before.
Drunk? I doubt it.
Obstinate.
Obstinate? But it ain't them compare. Even in that was old Stonewall. He'd been there, we'd still have Vicksburg.
Well, the butcher simply wouldn't give up. He tried 4 ways of getting around Vicksburg.
He wouldn't have got around if we'd had a Southern command for a half-breed Yankee trader like Pemberton. All through the war, pony and the manner there.
Annie, you see, she's accustomed to helping herself from all plates to whatever she wants. Yes, and I'm not accustomed to it.
Not. Barney!
Jimmy, give her something to cry about.
But the table manners are the best she has. A letter this time, Miss Sullivan. It's the only way we can have no conversation. Well, I'll get you another plate.
I have a plate, thank you. Barney! I'm afraid I'll
Barney!
It's only Miss Sullivan. You be so persistent. It says I have a plate. Nothing's wrong with the plate. I intend to keep it.
Is he why they took Vicksburg?
Miss Sullivan, one plate or another is hardly a matter of struggle as a prior child about.
Oh, I'd sooner have a more heroic issue myself.
I really must insist that you... Now she's hurt herself.
No, she hasn't.
Will you please let her hands go?
Annie, you don't know the child well enough. I know an ordinary tantrum well enough when I see one in a badly spoiled child.
Here, here. Miss Sullivan, you have no understanding your pupil. It has some pity in you.
Pity? But it's tyrant. The whole house turns while wins. If anything she wants, she doesn't get. I'll tell you what I pity. But the sun will rise and set for all the light, and every day you're telling her will. But do your pity do when you're under the strawberries, Captain Keller.
Take for the love of heaven, will you...
Annie, I don't think it serves to lose her. You good, that's all. Less trouble to feel sorry for her than it is to teach her anything better.
I don't see you try anything yet, Miss Sullivan.
I'll begin this minute if you'll leave the room.
Please.
Everyone, please.
Miss Sullivan, you were here only as a paid teacher, nothing more.
I can't unteach her 6 years of pity if you can't stand up to one tantrum. Oh, Stonewall, indeed. Mrs. Keller, you promised me help. Indeed, I will. Leave me alone with her now.
Jane, will you come outside with me at once, please?
Please. Out, please.
If it takes all summer, General. Trying to ship her back to Boston before the week is out, you can inform her so for me. She's a hireling. Now I want a clearness, an apology, and complete change of manner. She goes back on the next train. Will you make that quite clear?
And where would you be, Captain, while I am making it quite clear?
At the office.
Will you? I thought what she said was exceptionally intelligent. I've been saying it for years.
To his face? Oh, will you take it, Jimmy, as a flag? water. It has a name. W-A-T.
If you want to watch the whole thing, you can watch it when you go home. But let me show you a clip
Helen Keller learned to talk. Mrs. Macy and the
about how Helen Keller learned to
taught for
talk.
years give you a demonstration. Now, Ann Sullivan.
When I saw Helen Keller first, she was 6 years and 8 months old. She had been blind and deaf and mute since her 19th month as the result of an illness. She had no way of communicating with those around her except a few imitative signs that she had made for herself. A push meant go and a pull meant come and so on. She had observed that we did not use the hands when we were talking to each other. And I let her see by putting her hand on my face.
Helen places her open hand over Ann's face.
She felt the vibration of the spoken word. Instantly, she spelled, I want to talk with my mouth.
Helen smiles.
That seemed impossible. But after experimenting for a time, we found that placing her hand in this position, the thumb resting on the throat, right at the larynx, the first finger on the lips, the second on the nose, we found that she could feel the vibration of spoken words. For instance, the throat, she feels the G, the hard G, G. And on the lips,
Helen repeats after Anne.
the K sound. On the lips, she feels the B, and with the second finger on the nose, the nasal sounds, the The first word she learned to articulate was the little word it. With the hand in this position, I made the vowel I. She felt it. I. Then I made the T. She feels it with the finger on her lips, on my lips. Then I put the two letters together to form the word it. And the first word was learned.
Anne smiles.
After her 7th lesson, she was able to speak the sentence word by word. I am not dumb now.
Helen smiles. The Described and Captioned Media program provides services designed to benefit students who are blind, visually.
Too much? There's a lot more clips about Helen Keller. Anne Sullivan. And she grew up with her. She talks differently, of course, as we other kids talk. Yeah.
If you
want to watch more of the deaf culture and Helen Keller, then yeah, you can watch that movie. It's really. Do you have any question? No question?
Nothing. You have any question on last week?
Last week will be our last week, and we'll have a test. And I will turn off my voice, and the interpreter will turn her voice also. Just a warning for you guys. Okay. Did you just interpreter's note? Did you know that Helen Keller had a boyfriend? Are you guys aware of that? The boyfriend. And they were, what was interesting is, we thought that she didn't have any relationship with that guy, but she did have a relationship with a boyfriend. But, the family didn't approve of the guy. So he broke her heart because they were supposed to elope and the guy didn't show up. But it was good. Good because, it was best for her. So you are dismissed if you don't have any question. So don't forget, on the thread, there's still a homework there. So if you want to do that, then the ASL class. It's not really a thread, but she just used it for that.